What's up, guys? Average Kiwi Guy here. How y'all doing? Look, I don't know how much more of the Star Wars nerd in me can take. I mean, first we had, Last Jedi yesterday. Now we got the new Star Wars Rebels season trailer. Uh, I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming this weekend. It's always a big Star Wars weekend with the celebration going on, so I was pretty sure this was gonna happen, but uh, it's good though. I love it. I love it. It's one of the best times of the year, so I'm super keen to check this out. As you guys know, I do a series of reactions to the Star Wars Rebels. I've started doing them to the episodes and everything. It's a regular thing. Go check out the playlist on the channel for all the about from mid-season onwards of the previous season. I love Star Wars Rebels. I think Rebels has taken it up a big notch. They fulfill a lot of that story that was lacking, like that we want to kind of know, like how did the Rebels form? There were a lot of stuff that we get to see. We get to see some stuff with Saw Gerrera. We get to see some stuff with Wedge and all these guys. They bring in all the characters, and it's fantastic. It really is. It's awesome. If you have not seen Rebels and you're a Star Wars fan, go watch it. Once you hit, season one's a bit low, it's a bit slow. It's developing characters. In season two, it just takes off. And it's fantastic from there on. So if you want to skip season one, that's no big deal. Season two is where it's at. So go check that out. I mean, it's got Thrawn. It's got Thrawn, guys. That's all I can say. But I'm super keen to see this. And I'm a little sad because season 4 is the final season for Rebels. They're not going to do any more after this. I'd say they'll go and they'll do another they'll just do another animated series, I'd imagine. Could be something between the originals and the new ones. They could do that. They could go, well, we're going to fill in that gap between 6 and 7, what happened going on through that sort of thing. Because it's going to be after episode 8 that we get anything like that. Because this is going to come out in fall. Well, fall for for the States. So that's something to think about. I am super excited for this. I am super excited. I haven't watched it yet, so let's check it out, shall we? All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. I love the fade in of that logo, by the way.
It's a simple story.
One of my favorites.
About a boy who was lost. And a girl who was broken. They fought alongside a survivor. A war veteran.
Chop.
And a fallen knight. I led them into battle. Against an evil so terrible.
Thrawn.
It tried to black out the stars. We fought for each other. We fought for those who could not. But we never imagined it would end like this.
Wolf? Wow. That's a cool wolf. Sweet, defenders are still there. Nice.
This is a time of difficult choices.
U-wing.
Sometimes impossible ones.
Saw.
As long as we're together, we've got a chance.
At least we'll go down fighting.
All paths are coming
U-wing.
together now.
Fuck yes.
It's time to get
Damn.
to work.
Callous.
We are the balance, Ezra. We were meant to be Jedi so we could be here now. When Lothal needs us most.
X-Wings.
May the Force be with you.
Damn. Oh, they got so much. Fall 2017. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, basically what we know from Rebels, because they were in Rogue One. Is that Hera's alive and that Chop's alive. And the Ghost survives. Because they're in Rogue One. They, you hear in, over the intercom that for General Syndulla to report to the ops center or something. You see Chop in one of the scenes, just sort of zooming about, and you see the Ghost several times in the final fleet battle of over Scarif. So we know those three. That's it. Survive like these events. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanan and Ezra don't make it out. Like, they kind of have to stop. Yeah, they kind of have other Jedi running around. It's just, this doesn't really work. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be the end for them. And this is like Hera's recounting, like, maybe it's like Hera when she's older. Like, telling some kids that are in, like, the Rebels camp and stuff. They basically showed them, like, how they found, like, they go to Yavin. They've got U-Wings. They got X-Wings. They'll bring in all the stuff. All of it. And it's going to be interesting to see where Callus fits in all of this. Like, where does Callus fit? You know, does he become someone that we do know? Like, he does kind of look like General Madine. I don't know. I don't know about that. And then, like, there's some rumors going around that he could appear in other things. So, it's going to be interesting to see where he comes in. But that was cool. That was really, really cool. Like, the first part was all, like, recounting where they've come from. Like, yeah, showed some season 1 stuff. And then they basically go through everything. You know, then they sort of break into this freaking giant wolf. Looks like an MMO bloody mount. Looks cool though. I think that's really cool. And it looks like Sabine might be her on top with Ezra. Yeah, I think it's definitely, this season looks like to be a lot about the Mandalorians, like what happens, because you see Mandalore, like they go to Mandalore. Looks like they find a new leader. They find the leader for the Mandalorians to unite the Mandalorian clans. I still don't know how that's gonna fit. Like, how does that fit with the Empire stuff? Like, going forward towards the original stuff. Like, was there a Mandalorian uprising going on in the, like, at that point? I don't know, but I don't imagine like a whole bunch of Mandalorians are a part of the Rebels. I just don't know that, because they would have done a lot better. But hey, that's cool. We see that the TIE Defenders are still there, which is cool. They basically said like how they're gonna take the TIE Defenders out of the game or out of the movie, the original movies essentially, because Lothal is where the TIE Defenders are made. That's where they're made. That's where Thrawn set up the base for it to build them. And basically the battle for Lothal is to destroy that. To stop these TIE Defenders from happening, and to liberate Lothal, of course. But that's how they're going to take them out of it. So this will obviously culminate to that, because we don't exactly see TIE Defenders flying around all the time for in the originals. Yeah, I think that's stepping it up more and more. You see, Yavin 4, the sort of early thing. It took me a little bit to kind of get my eye in on it, because in animated version it doesn't quite look the same as what it does in the movies. So I was like, shit, is that like Dantooine? Like Dantooine or something like that? I was like, no. Red thing in the sky, red planet in the sky. It's Yavin 4. And they did say that they were going to Yavin 4 on the final episode, so that's cool. And it shows how long they were there. Like, this is, like, in the previous season, they had an episode where it went to Obi-Wan, and he was watching Luke. And Luke was, like, maybe 9 or 10. So there's still at least, 7, 8 years to go? Because Luke was, like, around 18... 16, 18, 17, 18, I'm not sure at that thing. Whatever, never know with movies, right? You never know. So they've got at least like 6, 7, or 8 years they spend there. Like, and we don't know how long they were before that. So Empire just didn't kind of look in that sector, I guess. Fair enough. Looks like we might see a little more romantical stuff with Hera and Kanan. I like that. I like that couple. Yeah, that's a nice couple right there. It's a nice couple. I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see a little more of them because they're always separated. They're always separated. They're always off doing something else, you know, because, you know, Hera's always got to stay with the rebels and Kanan goes off and does the Jedi stuff. So, you know. And then, yeah, just more Mandalorian stuff. Lots of Mandalorians. Probably we'll see the clan wars, like the civil war going on in Mandalore right now. And, you know, how the clans will come together. I'll enjoy that. I love Mandalorian stuff. Love it. You know, it really ever since like KOTOR stuff, we, you know, heard about the Mandalorian wars and Revan and Malik and all that stuff. And, you know, you have these Mandalorian warriors in your party, and, you know, it's really cool. It's a really cool thing. So I've always been interested in it since then. So yeah, I'm very keen to see what they do. And then obviously the U-Wings. They bring out the U-Wings, and, you know, I love the U-Wing. I love the way it looks, the way it's designed. I bought a freaking toy, you know, one of the freaking big toys with the flip, you know, the flip wings and stuff. I love it. I think it's a fantastic addition to the Rebel arsenal, but obviously they all get destroyed in Rogue One. It's like, we didn't have many of them, you know? You broke them all. We had like 3, and you broke them all. Thanks. So, yeah. And yeah, just basically bombing the heck out of these planets and just tearing stuff up. And I think Hera's flying it, so that's cool. We see Saw Gerrera makes another thing, looking more like what he did in Rogue One. A little more hair, a little more gray. You know, after seeing, you know, I got the Blu-ray of Rogue One, and they explained Saw Gerrera a lot and the direction they took him and the direction Forrest Whitaker took him. And they were like, look, he's been fighting for so long. So long. It will break you. It will break you. And he has. He has. He's been fighting, you know, since he was like, oh, what would he have been there about? 13, 14, 15? You know, on Alderaan. On Alderaan, just fighting the Separatists. And then, boom, Empire shows back up again. You know, the Republic comes in, helps them, turns into the Empire. Now he's got to fight them. And he's constantly fighting them for years. It breaks him, man. It breaks him. So, hopefully we see a little more about that. And then we get introduced to what looks like, I wonder if that's from the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan's love interest, her sister. I wonder if that's her daughter or something. I wonder, yeah. I'm pretty sure she looks very similar to the character. I can't remember her name. But I'll show a picture, obviously, of who she is. But she looks very similar to her. And I think she Clan Vizsla? She might have been Vizsla, I think. Like, actual Clan Vizsla. Like, I think she was going out with the Clan Vizsla leader, so the Death Watch leader. And then he obviously got killed. So, yeah, it might be her. I think it's her. And I think she's going to become the new leader of the Mandalorians. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm very keen to see a Mandalorian war. That would be awesome. That'd be very cool. And then we get like a bit of a speeder chase. Chop doing some stuff. More Mandalorian stuff. And then the U-Wing just wrecking house. You know, Kara just blitzing through. And then goes to hyperspace through a freaking dock. Like through the docking bay. Through the docking bay. Just one of those through and through docking bays, and goes to freaking hyperspace through it, tears everything up going through it, and comes out the other side. I love how they're doing stuff with hyperspace jumps now. Like, you know, Han landing, like coming out of hyperspace on a planet. Also like Rogue One when they're escaping the the planet. They just go through hyperspace, coming out of the planet. I like how they've taken the limits off going into hyperspace a little more. Like, you know how like in the original, the Millennium Falcon always had to be in space and had to get a certain amount of distance and then it would go into hyperspace. But, you know, at least they're taking those off a little bit. Then we see my man Callus. Callus looking a little more rebel-like. You know, he's got the hair. He's got the, you know, the long hair. And he's got the beard. You know, with the sideburns, the chops, and all the rest of it. I don't know. He could be Maydeen. I don't know. But, he's part of the team now, which is pretty cool. I like the addition. What else we got here? We got Kanan getting pretty friendly with the wolf, the big wolf. Like, I wonder if these are gonna be like Force Wolves. Imagine that, Force Wolves. I want that as a mount. I want that. I want that as a mount for like Old Republic or something. Force Wolves? Yeah, give it to me. I want it. Yeah, just more badass, you know, fight scenes. Just more and more like ship battles. Guys, it looks like this season's gonna be so good. And then the X-Wings show up. The X-Wings finally show up. I've been waiting for that. Like, you know it was coming. Like, they introduced the A-Wing. They had to introduce the A-Wing in Season 2. They introduced, along with, was it the B-Wing as well? I think it was the B-Wing in Season 2 as well. Season 3 introduced the Y-Wing. You knew the X-Wing was coming. Like, that's the crown jewel of the Rebel fleet, is the X-Wing. So, good to see them, man. Good to see them come in. Looks like Green Squadron. They get the X-Wings first. Looks pretty cool. Very excited for that. Then we see, obviously, the new leader of the Mandalorians getting the black saber. Like I said, very interested in that. And yeah, just Hera, like, let's go. Let's tell the story. Let's finish it off in a pretty awesome way. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Star Wars Rebels. Like I said, it's only got better and better. It's only got better and better. I kind of miss not getting to watch it and then break it down with you guys and, you know, get you guys' feedback on it. It's, you know, I miss doing that, you know, because obviously it's, you know, it's off season right now. And we'll have to wait till the fall to get that, which will be my spring. So near the end of the year. I have huge high hopes. I have very high hopes for the last season of Star Wars Rebels. And like I said, I'm a bit sad about it because I don't want Star Wars Rebels to end. I think it's been really cool. And there's a lot more time left for them to do some stuff if they wanted to. But they might, you know, change it up and maybe follow the Rebels, you know, as the originals are going on. Like, what were the Rebels doing while, you know, Luke, Han, and Leia were off saving the galaxy? Like, what were they doing? There's obviously going to be operations going on elsewhere. You know, it's not all on Luke, you know, Luke and all that. So, I wouldn't mind that. Like I said, I wouldn't mind, you know, post episode 6, between episode 7 type thing, like in that middle bit. Or they might go directly, like, we're going to go smack dab in the middle of the new, you know, the new era and go, like, between episode 7 and 8. You know, we're going to show the Resistance going up against the First Order and stuff like that. Like, start explaining more in that universe. Like, what's going on there? Like, what's the New Republic like? What's all that stuff like? So, yes, Rebels might be ending, but I think it will open up a space for them to do a lot more. A lot more. So, I'm very excited. Very excited. The future of Star Wars is very bright, and I think that's a very good thing. It's a very, very good thing. That's why, like, when Disney bought it off LucasArts, I was like, have at it. Lucas is only sitting on it. Lucas is only sitting on it. Any just by them doing something is an improvement. So, and they've blown us away. So, have at it. Have at it, Disney. Just give me good stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. Very excited for it. Alright guys, that's it for us. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the like, dislike, comments. It's all stuff down there. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheAverageKiwiGuy. Follow us on Twitters, Instagrams, all that. You know where to go. Alright guys, I'll catch us later. Peace.